Hello and welcome to the Athlete First Media Podcast. Today I am joined by Gardner star player Brady Atwater. Brady, thank you for joining me.
Yeah, nice to join and talk to you about some things about our season and playoffs going on.
Yes, sir. So speaking of playoffs, let's talk right about it. Obviously, you guys are the North champions at the current moment. And you will reign for the next year, certainly. But right now, there's something else focused in your line of sight. Wow, my brain did not work there. And that's the Yarmouth team who upset the 1 and the 2 on their way to winning the South region. Um, how are you guys prepping? How's the week been thus far? Obviously, you've only had 2 days of practice, but how has it been so far?
I mean, we've been very focused as a group. We've just been working really hard as soon as we get into the gym. I mean, we go to the gym outside of basketball too,
Yeah.
just to lift. We're just putting all the minutes we can just to focus and win this next game we got in front of us. So.
Talk to me about how this year has been for you guys, because obviously, um, from jump, you guys have played incredibly well, and beat you. Obviously, then ran through the tournament, beat a really good Herman team, beat a really good Cody team in the final.
Yep.
How was the year played out for you from your perspective?
I mean, I know we've been a really competitive group. We over the years, we've been on the low side of things, winning
Yeah,
3 to 4 games a season my freshman and sophomore year,
yeah,
then losing the first round of playoffs my junior year. It's been pretty amazing for us, honestly, just coming as far as we have
yeah.
this year and throughout the season. I mean, we've been progressing as a group, chemistry wise, and just our hard work has been on a different level.
I'd love to hear your perspective too, because obviously, like we were talking about off camera, but we both believe, at least we both think we saw, that you won the all tournament for the North, certainly for the BDN side of things, their thing, which is they poll the whole media that was there all week. So, um, how did you turn up this season? Because obviously you had an incredible year, don't get me wrong, but playoffs came and it felt like, I mean, I know who you were, but certainly people who maybe didn't know your name certainly walked away from this tournament weekend thinking that you were one of the best players they saw all week. How did that process go for you? How did you get to that point?
Yes, of course. Well, all the numbers and stuff can bring your name out there to everyone,
Yeah,
especially in playoffs. If you
yeah,
step up in playoffs, I knew that was one of the roles that I had to do. I had to step up and play as hard as I can,
yeah,
and shots were falling for me, and
yeah, yeah,
so were rebounds and assists. It just all came together just how I planned for it to be. Um, Throughout the season, I wasn't focusing too much on my scoring ability. I know I
yeah,
have over the years, but just working hard on the defensive end. I know we're a really well defensive team.
yeah.
Just working as hard as I can, getting rebounds and just getting stops and giving it to our primary scorers. We have scores all over the
Yeah,
place. I
that's
mean,
the truth.
we have different scorers every night. We have some games. Trace, our junior, he
Yep,
scores a lot. Brady Peacock, he does very well for us too.
yep,
And then we have players like Braden. He's a very well
yeah.
put together defensive player and on ball defender. And that's kind of just how we play.
Yeah, and this year it certainly felt like tournament wise that the teams really won a lot, like went deep. Like the people, like the teams who were really together and playing good defense together and moving the ball and not being stuck to one on the offensive side of the ball. Um, how did that happen for you guys? Because you guys obviously are going to end up playing a team that's very similar in that way.
Yeah.
Good defensive team in Yarmouth who doesn't necessarily who has Ian who's an incredible scorer, but
Uh,
they have scores all over the place, very similar to you guys. Um, how did that all come together for you guys? How did you really start melding together as a team?
well, our chemistry has always been well throughout the off season,
Yeah,
coming together into this season. I mean, we've just been working on our habits and our defensive and offensive habits.
yeah,
Just working on those in practice every day. making sure we have no mistakes or just work on it as best as we can. It's just really come together as a group.
Yeah. How did you get to the point where you are today? How did you mold yourself, mold your game into the player you are today?
So growing up, I've always loved playing with the three ball, like
Yeah.
back in the youth games.
Yeah.
Um, I was always pretty athletic, I would say myself.
Yeah.
I play year-round basketball, AAU, just training
Yeah.
and trying to get the best player as I can out of myself.
Yeah. And obviously we talked about what looks forward for you a little bit off camera, but no plans to pursue it past what may happen on Saturday or Friday, sorry. Um what went into the process of that? Why did you just not want to? Did you not get the schools that you were hoping for? What was the whole thing there?
I mean, I've always loved the sport of basketball, but I've just seen different benefits and different opportunities, like going other ways.
Yeah,
I wanted, I kind of want to be like, uh, going the military path for me,
gotcha. Gotcha.
honestly, with
Yeah,
the Air National Guard. I've looked into it for the past year,
yeah,
and I first looked at the Marines, and they were a little more strict, and there was a whole bunch of other things I won't get too into, but
fair.
um, yeah, I feel like going the Air National Guard way will really help me pursue my future.
And when did you kind of know that was something that you wanted to do? Was to be in some sort of branch of the military?
A branch in the military. I didn't think much of it when I was like a freshman. I didn't really have a clue what I wanted to do
Fair, fair.
when I was older, but I have really good friends and parents that have shown me different paths for my future, and this was one of the greatest paths that I've seen so far.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, talk to me a little bit about what you guys need to do to win this game on Friday. What's the messaging so far from coaches?
Um, Definitely with our defensive intensity and our habits,
Yeah.
just like I stated a little bit ago. But
Yep.
our habits on the defensive and offensive end really put us together as a
Yeah.
group, and we all play as uh, one single team. So some nights, I'll be scoring. Some nights, other people will be scoring. It doesn't really matter who scores as long as we score. So that's what we go by.
Yeah. How do you foresee a win coming your way? Is it a defensive duel where both teams it's a slug 'em out type of game, or do you think it's gonna be more offensive? What do you
Yeah,
see?
we've talked about this a lot, actually. I mean, we've talked about how we can play with any team and
For sure.
we can play out the slow and grit and grind games. We can compete in high scoring games, just like
Yeah.
the Augusta game against Coney,
Yep.
97-90. Like, that was a pretty high scoring game, I feel like.
Yeah.
And
For
then we've
sure.
had some low scoring games that we had to grind our way through.
Yeah.
And it all comes from our defensive end going
Yeah.
on to like transitioning into offense.
Yeah. Talk to me about the Coney game too, because the one in the tournament, because obviously that was really your stamp on the whole tournament, and I think is what solidified in a lot of people's minds your MVP case. It certainly let people know that you were here to stay, and you were going to be able to compete with the highest level that we have. How how are you preparing for that Coney game? Obviously, having played them twice already this
Oh
season.
yeah. I mean, yeah, growing up playing against them, we've
Yeah,
always known how they played. We've always watched film on them.
yeah,
We were very prepared into coming into that game. Um, we knew all their scouting reports. We read it all. We studied it. We just really took that to heart, and we knew it was going to be a really big game, especially for our like basketball history. Never played
yeah,
against them in a regional final game in basketball.
yeah.
It was just really important for us to bring that win to the home.
And what was it like to play a rival like that? Because it's not just any ordinary regional title game either, right? It's your biggest rival. the one who's right down the road from you, how did that add some energy into the building beforehand for you guys?
Oh, of course. We always have so much energy going into that game, more than any game of the season.
Yeah, I bet.
Like, we look forward to playing them every year, and it's just always the biggest thing at the moment. Like,
Yeah,
everyone's going to that game, all the students, it gets really rowdy in there.
yeah,
You have to know you have to play good and win that game just to have the bragging rights of winning.
yeah. And how did you calm yourself down in that situation? Because I'd have to imagine that
Yep.
with everything heightened, especially already in a regional title game, but now you're playing your bitter rivals. How did you calm yourself down?
So I really like dug in. I know it like gets really intense out there.
For sure.
So really I just think about staying calm, and I know they're trying to like get in my head sometimes and get extra physical with me,
Yeah,
but I know I'm a really physical player too.
yeah.
And as long as keep calm and stay focused and play with really good defensive intensity still, I know we can pull away.
And what was it like? Obviously, you guys were in your regional title game right after right after the girls had played.
Yep.
And so what was that like? Because I mean, obviously, you're doing battle with them too. I mean, it's a long season. You guys are at least, I would assume you guys are riding buses pretty frequently
Hmm.
to places. So what was it like to watch them beforehand and see their journey this year?
I mean, with all the girls, I'm pretty amazed how far they got. There are a lot
Yeah,
of really young, skilled players, really underclassed.
yeah,
I think they only have one or two seniors that really get minutes. I think
yeah,
only one senior starts for them actually,
yeah,
and they have some really good opportunity coming up in the next few years. But yeah, going up and always supporting them, they always support us at our games. Always
yeah,
brings even more energy to us, and having them at our games too really helps too.
yeah. I bet. I assume there'll be a pretty big student section at the Cross Insurance Center on Friday.
Of course, we're already preparing, having a lot of people come down. We're just like
Love to hear it.
going around school. Are you going to the game Friday?
Love it.
Bro, yeah. So,
Are you guys doing scouting as you guys do it? Because I can't.
yep,
It's such a weird spot to be in, right? Because you don't want to over scout that you then change the game plan that got you
yep,
there. So how is the prep looking this week? Because you've said obviously that you guys are trying to stick to being together defensively and having your defensive game plan that's going the way it's supposed to.
yep.
But are you guys like focusing more so on yourselves, or are you focusing on the opponent in Yarmouth?
I mean, we are always focusing on ourselves. We've always
Yeah,
been like a grit team.
yeah,
We have a nice game plan going into Friday. We're definitely gonna listen to coach and trust him as it's worked all season long,
yeah,
and he knows most than all the players.
yeah.
And also a lot of our players do scouting outside of basketball too,
Gotcha.
just to know who we're going against,
Yeah,
how they play, and just get an extra advantage on that end too.
yeah. Talk to me a little bit about where the love for basketball started for you. What do you remember your first memories of playing basketball? Where did it all start for you?
Yeah, it was always at a very young age for me. It started all the way in like pre-K, kindergarten.
Dang,
I
okay.
mean, back in like Halldale days for
Yeah,
me. I mean, I was always really little. I always used to play guard. I used to be ball handling. I know I've been less on that, but I've always loved the game, and I would always spend hours and hours outside during the
yeah,
summer just practicing by myself or practicing with my friends over at my house, just like for fun as well.
yeah,
Also working on our games.
100%.
That's always
I,
been a big thing for me. So,
I love it. All right, let's talk a little bit about let's you as a person off the court. Have a little fun here for the last like 15 minutes of the pod. Who's the best player you've played with?
ooh,
Doesn't have to be school team. Could be any team that you've played on. But who's the best player you've played with?
um, that's a tough question. I mean, I would always like to say my friend. that from Halldale, Tayshawn, he's always been a very
Yeah,
tough player.
yeah, he's
We've
very good.
always been going at it since we were younger too, back in kindergarten, growing up,
Love it.
and always growing up together.
Yeah,
Just always pushing each other to get better.
yeah.
Um, he's always one of the best players, in my opinion, that I've played with.
Okay, I like it. Who's the best player you've played against? Like, who's giving you
Ooh.
the most trouble?
um, wow. I know a bunch of the Coney kids are very skilled. Carter, he's always
Yeah,
had high scoring games against us. Parker, he's always had high scoring games against us. We also played against Camden
yeah,
and Nolan Ames in the preseason.
yeah.
I think we lost by 5 points when it was our first preseason game.
Hey, okay.
He's very skilled.
Yeah, yes. Yep.
He's developed his game very well and always had training. So yeah, those players are very skilled. I would like to play some more players soon. Or
Fair.
I mean, I know I'm not gonna play too much outside of high school. Maybe in like boot camp, but
Yeah.
you
Well,
know.
certainly, you're at the McDonald's game, so you'll get plenty of opportunity to play against other B players that are
Oh yeah,
skilled as
some
well from the
very
South as well.
yeah. I've definitely played against some of those players too.
Yeah,
I'm very excited for that.
for sure. Who's your favorite player of all time to watch?
Always been Steph Curry. Ever
Oh,
since I
okay.
was little, I've always loved Steph Curry. Um, I have a signed jersey up in my
Oh, okay.
room. I mean, yeah, I just like how he plays and how good of a shooter he is. And then I've
Yeah.
always loved watching like the LeBron and Curry games.
Oh,
I
100%.
also
Yeah.
like watching college basketball, like
Oh,
any type
yeah.
of college basketball. That's really nice to watch.
Okay.
Very
Do you have a
competitive.
favorite college team?
I used to really love Duke. I've always loved the really skilled players going through there. Like,
Yeah.
of course, Cooper Flag. He's very
Yeah.
fun to watch now.
Yeah.
He's one of my top players too. Just a couple
Yeah.
years
That.
ago, our team was playing against him. So
I was gonna say, yeah, you would have been playing what? Because he's so probably like when you
my
were like a
my eighth
freshman,
grade, he was a
freshman.
freshman.
Right there. Yeah.
It's crazy to
Dang.
think that he's in the NBA, almost as old as
Literally.
me.
Literally. Insane. Um, who's your favorite all-time teammate? Who's your favorite teammate? Maybe it's just the person you're like closest with off the floor. Maybe it's just somebody on the floor who you have a really good connection with. Whatever.
Yep. Definitely who I thought I always had the most chemistry was, and definitely one of the best players I've played against and played with is my friend and best friend Tayshawn Cleveland from
Yeah.
Halldale.
Yeah.
Growing up together, we had so much chemistry. We've been best friends for years, playing
Yeah.
together. And same with all the Gardner boys.
Yeah.
They're all my favorite teammates in general. We have so much
Yeah.
chemistry, and we've been playing AAU together like gold ball years to
Yeah.
uh Gardner. It's just been great.
Love it. Who's your biggest mentor?
Mm,
Could be on the court, could be off the court.
my biggest mentor is probably my one of my best friends, Levi. He's also on the team. He doesn't get as many minutes, but he pushes me every day in the gym. He's one
Yeah.
of my favorite uh people to go and work out with and just get stronger every day. And that's what has made me a more physical player too in basketball.
100%. Who inspires you? Do you have an inspiration in your life?
Um, I haven't really had much inspiration from anybody. I always get inspired by like for basketball, I get inspired for like NBA players. I like to watch them a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just like try and steal their moves or something.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
something cool like that. But that
100%.
would be who I'd be inspired from because
Gotcha.
they're very skilled.
Yeah. 100%. What's your best sports memory?
Um,
Doesn't even have to be basketball. Could be any sport.
Hmm. Best sport memory. Um, some of my best sports memory was in Gold Rush up by Thomas College. There
Yep.
would be a weekend where you'd go and spend the night with your whole team. And
Yep.
that really helped us build chemistry this off season, and
Yeah, I
we
bet.
actually won Midnight Madness where we had a
Oh, okay.
game at midnight
Yeah.
against some other tough teams. I forget who it was against, but
Fair.
very fun times up in there.
Okay. I like it. Who's the funniest current teammate? And if you got a story, I'd love to hear a story. One you could tell on a
Shoot.
podcast.
Hold on, I gotta think of one I could tell on the podcast. So,
That's why I prefaced,
um,
because I would also be the same way.
some of my funniest teammates is um, probably Braden or Levi.
Okay.
Um, Definitely during Gold Rush, I've had some pretty funny memories with them.
I bet.
Uh, Making some weird potions with your drinks,
Of
mixing it
course.
all
Yep.
together, just like
Yeah.
having a great time. Also, like messing around in the dorm rooms with all
Yeah.
your teammates, doing some crazy stuff when
Of
we should
course.
be
Yep.
sleeping.
Yep. Yep.
So it's fun to just mess around with your buddies on your team. So
100%. 100%. Okay, that's the last one from me. I always love to give the floor to my guests. You have the floor to say whatever you'd like here at the end. I mean, obviously you got a big one coming up, so you can let us know the time and date for that one if you
yep.
want. You could, if you got some piece of advice for somebody, for everybody, you could say that. Whatever it may be, you have the floor for as long as you'd like here at the end, and then I'll close us out.
Okay. Sounds good. Um, I would like to thank all my friends and family for just being there for me. Um, I really couldn't have done it without you guys and without my coaches that have really helped me personally, and just mentally too when I've gone through some bad times and they've picked me up and just pushed me to be the best player I could.
Yeah,
I really couldn't have done it without my best friends and my best friend Levi. Definitely pushed me to be a better person in general. I
yeah,
hang out with him every single day. Um, Pushes me in the gym, tells me to push myself and just
yeah.
be the best person I can be. That's all I
All
gotta
right,
say.
perfect. And then obviously go hit up the Cross Insurance Center on Friday because big
Yep,
state game coming.
really big game coming. I'm
Yes,
so
sir.
excited.
Love to hear it.
Hopefully, we
Thank
get
you.
the first gold ball in Gardner history. So,
Yes, exactly. We need it. We need to have it, and you got to take one for the North. I mean, the
yeah,
North always is suffering, so we could use one up in the North
we're
this
doing
year.
great this year. Our North
That's
squads.
that's the
So,
truth. That is the truth. All right. Thank you so much for coming on. I greatly appreciate you being willing to take some time to talk to me. And then obviously for those who will end up watching, like it, share it, do all the stuff with it, and we will see you guys next time.